Today we're planting onions. It's about 6 weeks before our last killing freeze. These are cold hardy vegetables that let us plant them in the ground a month and a half before that killing freeze date. And this is actually our second planting, so we're getting a good head start on our vegetable season by planting early. Now you can plant onions from seeds, sets, and transplants. Seeds will take you a month and a half, 2 months before you'll get to this size. And you can plant sets, which are these little ones that were planted last year as seeds by the growers down in the southern part of the United States, in Texas and California, and they were harvested last fall. And when they were small like this, they were stored in cold storage, and it lets us plant them out into the garden now. The transplants were planted late winter, last winter, and now they have been grown up to this point where we can transplant them into our gardens. Now, it takes quite a while to get onions because what we're trying to get is a plant that has 12 or 13 sets of leaves on it. This one has, maybe 4 leaves, and it takes a good couple weeks to get each leaf. So it'll take us several months to get to the point where this will be a mature enough plant with enough leaves to be able to get a bulb. Now they will set the bulb, they will grow that large part underneath instead of just being a green onion on top, once they get to a daylight time, a daylight length that is suitable for that particular variety of onions. Some onions, it takes 12 hours of sunlight during the day, some only 10, some only need at least 14. Now the 10-hour bulbs are called short day onions. The 14s are called long day, and then the ones in the middle are called intermediate. And if you're in the southern part of the United States, you'll grow the short day, and in the middle part of the United States, the intermediates, and if you're in the north, you'll grow the long day. You want to grow the onion as long as possible to get as many leaves as possible to get a bigger bulb. And so if you were to take one of those short day bulbs and put it in the northern states, it would start setting up a bulb much too early in the summer, because it would get those 10 hours of daylight much earlier and you wouldn't get a very big bulb. If you took a 14-hour bulb and put it down in the southern United States, it would never get to the point where it got 14 hours of sunlight during the day, and it would never set a bulb. It would always just be the green onions stage. So you want to get the appropriate onion for your area of the country, and it'll be listed on the packaging, or it'll say, especially the intermediates, which can be grown in either the south or the north, it'll say it's suitable for everywhere, something like that. So you want to make sure you get the right day length for your onions. And the onions are really easy to plant. They only go in the ground about 1 inch. They go about 4 inches apart. And we've got some transplants here. We've got some bulbs here. And it doesn't take much to put them in the ground. Especially the transplant ones. They're already big enough to handle very easily. The bulb ones will dig a trench. The set ones, I guess, it is a bulb. We will dig a trench and set them all in, and then we'll come back and fill over the top of it. Now, we prepared this section of the garden last fall by turning it over and mixing in some organic material. And over the winter time, those lumps and chunks have broken up, and now they're really easy to break apart with a shovel and a rake, and we can easily plant in the garden. So by preparing in the fall, lets us plant early in the spring. So a lot of times in the spring you get too much rain and it's too wet to be able to till or to dig up and do anything good in the garden. So if you want to plant early spring cold hardy vegetables, it's good to prepare an area in the fall to be set up in the time. We actually planted garlic over along the edge here last fall when we were doing this preparation time. So we've got garlic coming up, now we've got onions, and then when these are harvested this summer, that'll let us use this same area for fall vegetables like cauliflower or Brussels sprouts, something like that, that really work really well in the fall. So we'll be able to use this section of the garden twice this year. Thanks for watching.